Hi, and welcome to the A-Level Geography Talk. In this session, we're going to be looking at the outline of the course, the topics we study, also consider some of the other elements the students need to be aware of, including the fieldwork that we carry out at this level. I want to start off by talking about our approach to geography at Alleyne's at A-Level. There's a lot in there. Part of it is to do with this idea of being synoptic, a new idea to these students that have come from GCSE, but one in which I'll talk about later on. We also look at the way that the case studies that we study are up to date. So what I mean by that is the textbook may represent case studies from maybe the time it was written in 2015, but the exam board would love to see their interaction with case studies of those happening now around them, and we do that in the department. Also, as part of it, we've got a wide depth and breadth of study. A lot of that is tied into their independent study that they do, something that I'll also mention as we go through this. As well as that, integrated geographical skills are part of the course, in which we work hard with them to develop things regarding their statistical analysis and their evaluative writing skills. An overview then of the course is in front of us here, and you can see that there are 4 main areas of study. The ones in area 1 and 2 are the ones we focus on in year 12. We study tectonics and globalization, and then we have 2 optional choices, and the ones that we study here are coastal landscapes and regenerating places. As we move into year 13, there's more compulsory elements which include the water cycle, the carbon cycle, and the climate change futures, as well as superpowers, but we get an option again, and in the option we deliver the migration, identity, and sovereignty. Now, some of these topics will be familiar with the students from GCSE, others not so much, and it's an exciting opportunity to explore something they've not looked at before. So, something I know a lot of people are interested in, particularly students, is the layout of the assessment. So we have a paper 1, which is very much the physical paper, and that is 2 hours and 15 minutes and a total of 105 marks. Paper 2 follows a very similar path in terms of its time, 2 hours 15 minutes again and 105 marks. These making up a total of 60% of the overall qualification. Paper 3 is our synoptic investigation, and synopticity is something I will discuss later, as I've said, but this is an unseen case study which they have to look at in the exam for the first time and then answer questions on it based on topics related to what they've studied. The final element is their coursework element, or as we call it, the NEA, non-examined assessment, which is a 3,000 to 4,000 word assignment which they come up with themselves, and again it's worth 20%, as is paper 3, and 70 marks. So, as we look at these elements in a bit more detail, paper 1 has 4 sections within it. They must answer all questions in section A on the tectonic hazards, water and carbon cycles. Then they get into an element where they get some choice, and they will choose the coastal, which is what we teach. There's a similar layout as well on paper 2 in terms of what is compulsory and the choice elements. These papers are made up of a range of questions. Some of them are short answer, some of them are mathematical. Then we have our open response, resource linked, evidence-based questions. And then we have our 10, 15, sometimes 16 and 20 markers, which test their extended writing skills. As I've already said with paper 3, it's a resource booklet containing information about a geographical issue they will be familiar with. However, the location of it, the place-based context, may be somewhere they've not studied, and what they will be expected to do is apply their existing knowledge of the geographical concepts to this place. With the coursework, it's 3,000 to 4,000 words, and it's broken down into the sections you can see here, which are the introduction at 12 marks, the methodology section at 10, their analysis at 24, and conclusion and evaluation, another 24 marks. It is marked internally, it's moderated, sent out to be marked then by external examinators, and it comprises, as I've said, of 20% of their overall grades, as we can see back on this slide here. So, The independent investigation, it is something the students have to put together themselves. We support and guide them in their approach, but it very much is them who get the final say on the question they'd like to explore, the issue they'd like to investigate. The fieldwork data will be collected by themselves. It can be done in groups, but it's their data that they analyse. They have to come up with their own methods in which to collect this data. And with this, they will then analyse their investigation title and have to put it together to fit a 3,000 to 4,000 word piece of coursework. The fieldwork requirement is something that is essential for them to be part of and attend. It's an opportunity for them to be off-site with us for 4 days. Obviously, in the current climate, this has made it difficult. The current year 13s have been unable to take part in an overnight stay, but we have put on for them a very detailed itinerary of local fieldwork sessions so they can explore issues in the surrounding towns and area. Hopefully, by the time your students come along to do this, everything will have returned to some sort of normality. And what we will do is we will go out for these 4 days, usually a full week, Monday to Friday, stay on site, residential, and carry out the investigation in the location. Past trips have taken part in North Wales, in Shropshire, and also up in Lancashire. So we do like to try to get out and about and visit different locations for the students to take part in improving their knowledge and ability to write a good fieldwork set of coursework information. Synopticity then, I said I would come back to this one. So this idea of being synoptic helps the students see the bigger picture. It encourages them to take things a step further at A level. It's getting them to think about their geographical links in the topics that we study. The idea is that we look at these kind of 3 categories. We have the players, who's involved in it, who are the stakeholders, who does it affect? We have the attitudes, what are they doing? What are their inputs? What's their say? What are their ideas? And what actions, therefore, are they taking? And based on these things, what is the future of what it may be, whether that be a project, a management response to a tectonic hazard? And what does it mean for the future? Is it something that's going to make things better, or is it likely to create more problems or uncertainty? So this is very much this idea of developing their understanding of geography in a much deeper way. Independent study. This is something they need to take part in a lot more at this level. We in the department have created these logs in which the students can kind of document their understanding of what they've studied away from the classroom, not set by the staff, that shows they've learned or taught themselves more about the topics we in the class are looking at. Things can be as simple as rereading their notes and making revision cards, as it says on the screen, or the idea of finding information from newspaper reports about events that are going on relevant to the topics we're studying. It could be that they practice past exam questions. We will try to guide them on this as much as we can, but they really have got to take responsibility for their independent study. It's a really important element of any A-level course, and it allows them to develop their knowledge beyond the textbook, beyond the classroom, and really get them thinking about what they enjoy in geography as well. It also helps them to identify any weaknesses they may have within the topics we study and allows them the chance to strengthen those by reading about them further. What we have here on the screen then is the results from 2018 and 2019. We can see that as a department we've done very well and achieving some very good grades for these year groups. The 2018 results were actually the first year group to sit the new A level as it is, and results there were very, very good. Carried on into the cohort of 2019 as well. A great deal of good grades there from the students. It's positive results for the department. When it comes to resources, we've got a wealth of them in the department. We have plenty of textbooks for them to make use of, to use, to borrow. We've got plenty of other resources regarding journals that we pay to have delivered for them to work their way through, case study PDF documents that we have sent on a regular basis for up-to-date knowledge enhancement. and lots of study guides to support their revision as well. On top of that, websites you can see here in front of you, such as Guest Revising, School, Tutor to You, Revision World. There's another one called Physics and Maths Tutor. They're all very good resources for the students to build their knowledge around the topics we study. Obviously, there may be an opportunity for international opportunities. We'd love to try to get more A-level students onto these courses. We always try hard to do this, so it's something that we will look to see if it's possible when they join the A-level course. On top of that, we've got the idea that geography gives you plenty of options, as you can see on this slide. It obviously develops your inquiry skills. It helps you understand places in a different way and instills confidence in you. It helps you understand the idea of key ideas for probably future careers like sustainable development, the idea of anything to do with the environment. It also helps you establish an understanding that the world is rapidly changing, as we say. The idea of understanding these kind of contemporary issues in society are really important to doing well at geography at this level. So that is the presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any further questions, you can find the staff emails on the school website, and if the children already attend the college, then they can obviously come and see us in the department to find out more about the A-level course. Thank you for listening.